welcome back to the next lecture, and in this lecture basically we are going to talk about the next part. You remember that in the first part we talked about environmental analysis, that how we go about scanning the environment, looking at the external and environmental external factors and see whether these environmental factors are creating opportunities and threats, and environmental factors which are creating strength and weaknesses, right. So, based on this analysis we identify the gap, and once the gap is identified, then you move further to decide about what kind of vision and mission you are going to have. In many cases we have seen that first vision comes and then mission comes, but many authors also argue that first we should talk about the mission, actually why we exist, what we want to do, and then we think about where we want to go. Okay. So, it is a two-way process, either you go for identifying your vision statement first and then you think about the mission statement, or you think about what you exactly want to do, what for you exist, that is your mission, and then based on this mission statement then you talk about what kind of vision you are going to have. So, in this lecture, in 8th lecture probably we will be discussing about how we go about identifying vision and mission, which is going to help you to go further to talk about your strategy. Now, we start with the mission. I am not discussing about the vision first, because I think that once we have the mission, probably that would help you to guide what kind of vision we should have for the future, right. Because mission about what we are doing, why we exist, right, and vision talk about what kind of future you are anticipating, where you want to go from here. So, first you know what you are doing, where you are, why you are existing, and then you move next to discuss about the vision statement. So, first of all we are going to talk about the mission statement. So, if you look at mission statement of the any organization, it provides certain information. It basically provides reason for the existence of the organization, why we exist. Say for example, IIT Kharagpur. So, what is the basic purpose of IIT Kharagpur? The basic objective is to provide quality teaching, okay, or produce good quality students in the field of engineering, science and management, right. So, that could be one of the purpose of the organization, okay, and its scope. So, you have to see that when you are going to write a mission statement, it is going to provide answers to the following question: why does the organization exist? It means that organization exists to serve a purpose, right. What is the scope of organizational activities? What does it do? Okay. So, for example, we say when you say that okay, producing good quality students in the field of engineering, science and management, then the scope includes what? It includes like going for teaching, doing research, innovations, training and consulting. So, this is the scope of activities in which the organization is involved, and who are the customers which is to be served? Okay. It could be different kind of organizations, right. So, what kind of products and services we are offering, right. It depends upon your scope of activities. So, we are offering good quality students, okay. We are also training and consulting services that we are offering. So, the mission statement is going to discuss about what? The purpose and existence of the organization. It also talks about the scope of activities and also the kind of customers that you are going to serve and what kind of products and services you are going to offer to the community or the society. Okay. So, it is going to define what kind of role you are going to play in the society. For example, if you look at IIT Kharagpur, it writes in the beginning dedicated to the service of the nation, but it is going to be more generic, because every organization for that matter can be said to be dedicated to the service of the nation. But exactly you need to specify that which kind of need it is going to satisfy, right. So, maybe IIT Kharagpur is going to satisfy the need of students, or the products are the good quality students in the field of engineering, science and these kind of things. Okay. So, when you are going to define mission, the basic objective of the organization is specifically related to its existence, the kind of business it is doing and what kind of customer it seeks to serve and satisfy. Okay. So, the mission statement include all these things. Okay. So, ultimately it describes what? The product, the market and the areas of your business. Okay. So, our product is students, right, technology, services, the market could be industry, government and others, okay, So, this is how we are going to talk about the mission statement. So, what does it include basically? What are the various products and services that you are going to offer? With what are your primary markets or the customers which is to be serviced and satisfied? Okay. What are the benefits and advantages of the product services that you are going to offer? Okay. Because when you are going to offer products and services, you need to ensure that it is going to satisfy the requirements of the market or the customers or the community and the society in the best possible way. And for that, what kind of technology you are going to use? Okay. And at the same time, your mission statement also ensures that while you are talking about growth and profitability through your activities or scope of activities, you also need to see that you are going to survive in the long term. Okay. So, mission statements gives a direction that what you are going to do in future, and that is where next comes your vision. But before we discuss about the vision, we need to discuss more about mission statements and related things. Now, if you look at this, this is a mission statement, okay, of a company in Indian IT company Infosys, and if you look at this and look at those parameters that we just talked about, like it talks about products, it talks about who our customers are, it talks about the markets, it talks about the kind of technology that you have, right, and it also talks about growth and survival in the business, right. Now, if you look at these parameters and look at this Infosys mission statement and see the extent to which it fits into that one. Now, if you look at this statement, it says that it is dedicated to provide the people, services and solutions our clients need. So, it means that you are talking about customer needs, meeting customer needs in a particular area, that is IT, right, okay, and that is how you are going to achieve your business goals. And you also work to understand the need and requirement of the customers before proposing a solution. So, you are going to provide IT solutions to the industry. Next, you are going to develop proposals which are going to be cost effective solutions to our clients. You also need to ensure that your proposals are cost effective, otherwise you will not be able to compete in the market. Then how are you going to do it? You are going to use technology, you are going to use people. So, you are going to use people and products to deliver value added services to serve or to get solutions for our clients. The idea here is that you are going to use these kind of things to provide better quality services to our employees, so that they are happy. So, suppose a company wants some kind of solution, okay, for their IT requirements. So, you are submitting a proposal and make sure that your proposals are cost effective, so that you can compete with others, and it is also meeting the requirement of the clients. Okay. And then the most important thing is that what kind of services you are providing. So, service quality in terms of IT services is very, very important, and make sure that solutions are going to be satisfying in nature to the clients. Okay. And another important factor is that yes, that you need to put trust in your clients, because as you work with them, so you, and that is going to help to improve your business and also IT. So, the idea here is that when we are talking about mission statements, that provides you a direction, what you do, why do you exist, what kind of product markets and you have, what kind of customers you have, what is the requirement, how do you satisfy them, and whether it helps you to achieve competitive advantage or not. So, based on this mission statement, it would be clear to you that how we go about it. Now, look at another company. Mission statement of the Coca-Cola company. What does this mission statement suggest? Okay. To refresh the world in body, mind and spirit, to inspire moments of optimism through our brands and our actions, to create value and make a difference everywhere we engage. So, how this mission statement comes out, whether in case of Infosys, which is an IT company, or whether it is a Coca-Cola, right. Now, if you look at this, these mission statements have been preceded by an environmental analysis examining both internal and external trends. Now, you have to see that who are the competitors for both the companies. Infosys may have competitors, right. There are a lot of competitors internally and externally, right. There could be IBM, there could be Microsoft, international markets, in Indian markets, they have competitors like TCS, Wipro, right. So, there are a lot of companies which are competing with them. So, unless you are your mission statement suggests that okay, you are going to provide good quality services in a cost effective way, you are not going to compete. And a mission statement of the company basically talks about products, markets, technology and customers, right. And how do you go about this mission statement? For that, what you need to do is that you are going to analyze the internal environment and the external environment. So, external environment include technology, economy, society, these kind of things, right. Internal environment, the kind of system, culture, processes you have. Now, if you look at these two companies and look at their mission statements, it would be clear to you that how we go about environmental analysis. Say for example, when we come out with this kind of mission statement for Coca-Cola, which is basically a company which provides health drinks, okay, and also other kind of soft drinks, right, which are very popular. So, who is the major competitor for Coca-Cola? That is Pepsi, okay, in the international market, but there could be some other companies which are not well known, but they could also be competitors in the domestic market, right. So, when Coca-Cola is going to analyze its external environment, it is going to see that what kind of opportunity is going to provide in the market and what kind of threats it has. So, threats are coming from the competitors. So, who is going to be competitors? So, Pepsi may be a good competitor. What kind of opportunities it has now? Untapped market. For example, Coca-Cola has been in the business of soft drinks. Now, Coca-Cola is moving to health drinks also. So, that is the kind of opportunities which is available to Coca-Cola. So, in that way, after going through this environmental analysis, they are able to identify the kind of opportunities and that threats that is available in the market or in the business. So, Coca-Cola is going to identify its opportunities, untapped market, okay, different kind of similar products like going for health drinks, because people are moving towards health drinks. So, that is going to satisfy the requirement of the customers. Then threats, it is also going to identify its competitor, that is Pepsi, and see that what kind of products and services they are going to offer to the people, and then they need to match it. After identifying these opportunities, they also need to look at the threats. Okay. Now, this is the external environment, then they look at the internal environment. What are the competence in terms of knowledge and skill base, the kind of technology that they use, the kind of structure, culture and process is there in the organization, which is going to provide them strength. As you remember, we talked about opportunities plus strength. So, it is going to provide you a leverage. If threats versus strength is there, then it is going to provide you a constraint, because you have the strength, but you are not able to make use of the market or exploit the market. You are not able to make use of the opportunities that is available to you, right. So, now if you look at this mission statement, this has been derived from the environmental analysis, both external and internal, by identifying the opportunities and threats, strength and weaknesses, and based on that they have come out with this mission statement, which suggests that refresh the world. How? By their products and services which they are offering, their cold drinks or their health drinks, right. Okay. Now, if you look at their advertisement, that is what it suggests, inspire movements of optimism. So, they have a brand and what the kind of activities that they do, and they are also trying to create value and make a difference, not only for their growth and profit, but also for survival. Now, the company engaged in CSR activities, saving and conserving water and the environment, because that is going to help the company in the long run, right. So, this is how we derive at the mission statement of a particular company, and these two examples clearly state what does it mean. Now, from a mission statement we are moving to the next part, that is what we call vision. In many cases you will find that they discuss about vision first and then they talk about mission, but here I have deliberately talked about mission statement first and then I am going to talk about vision. The idea here is that once you have the mission, about means that you know about what is the purpose of your existence, what are your products and services, what kind of technology you are using, what you can achieve, then you can think about what you would like to achieve in future. Okay. So, the idea here is the vision statements are written after the mission statement. Why? Because you need to know first what it is and what the purpose for which you are there. Okay. So, if you know your business, your reasons for existence, your product, market and customers, the kind of technology that you have, then you can think about that utilizing this, what would be your future. Okay? Because vision statements basically talk about statements of the future. So, this is where you are and this is where you want to go. Say for example, if you say that okay, what could be the vision statement for IIT Kharagpur? So, we say that okay, this is what we do, and based on this we want to be in top 200 institutions of the world, technical institutions of the world. Where you are? You are somewhere in the range of 500 to 600 in the world ranking. So, from this ranking you want to move to a better ranking. So, you are going to say that if as a part of your vision statement, when you say that yes, you want to be in the top 200 or say top 100 institutions of the world, it suggests that what is your future aspiration, right. For a company, you say that you want to increase market share by 10% or you want to have a profitable growth by 20%. So, these are statements of futures, okay. And your vision statement suggests that okay, where you are and where you want to go, okay. Because this is going to provide a context for evaluation of your opportunities and threats, because looking at your opportunities and threats, you are going to decide about the kind of vision that you are going to have. So, look at your strength and weaknesses, you also look at your opportunities and the competitors, and accordingly you decide what you can do in the future, and that is where your vision statements are going to be very, very important, right. So, we will discuss about vision statement now and see how it happens. Now, you look at the key elements of a vision statement, right. So, when we are going to talk about the key elements of a vision, so it could be either very generic or very specific. Okay. So, vision statements suggest that where we are going, from this position where we want to move in terms of markets, in terms of products, in terms of services, in terms of growth, in terms of development. Okay. Right. So, we have to be very, very distinctive and specific, and it depends upon the kind of organization you are going to have. So, for IIT Kharagpur or any IIT, it could be a prestige to be in the top 100 institutions of the world. Okay. So, if you are going to develop a very specific vision and distinctive, then you can say okay, we want to move to the top 100 club of technical institutions, right. And when you are going to have a strategic vision, the idea here is that you are not going to be very, very generic. Okay. For example, we say that we want to be the best technical institution, but it is not very distinctive or specific, right, because any organization can have the same kind of vision that we want to be one of the best technical institutions in the world, but what would be your position. So, basically that tells you about your future position, which you are anticipating based upon your environmental analysis, right, and that is why it has to be distinctive and specific depending upon the nature of the business that you are in. And you also need to avoid using generic language like being one of the best technical institutions, or you want to have the best markets, or you want to offer the best products and services, okay, because it appears to be dull and it could be applied to any kind of company, right. So, that is why you need to go for a more strategic vision, right. Now, if you look at this further, so you can see that how it happens. Okay. So, we are comparing here the vision and mission both, right. So, now you look at something that is written down line on the downside, says that the mission statement emphasizes the present, while a mission statement emphasizes the future. What does it mean? It means that if you have a strategic vision, it is concerned about the firm's future business, where we are going in terms of markets, products, services, technology, whatever focus is, right, depending upon the nature of the organization, right. While the mission statement of a firm focuses on its present business and market purpose, right, who we are and what we do. Okay. For example, you can say okay, this is what is our current products and services that we are going to offer, this is our customer needs and that is you want to serve. Say for example, if we look at a strategic vision and mission of IIT Kharagpur and we say that okay, we want to be in the top 100 institutions of the world by offering the best quality services, okay, or technical education. So, that could be a part of the strategic vision that you have. It means that depending upon your position you want to go for there. Now, the mission statement, which means where you are, it means that you assess based upon the analysis that where you are. It means that how many students you have, what is their current status, what kind of services you are offering, right, how whether you are meeting their requirements, in what way you are meeting there, what kind of product, markets, technology and customers you have. So, that is related to what you call the mission statement. Okay. So, vision and mission are interrelated. Mission talks about the present and vision talks about the future. I hope that you have understood it now. So, we are moving further to discuss it. So, when we are going to write a vision, what kind of statements should be used or effectively worded vision statement should have? It means it should be more graphical in nature. The idea here is that you create a picture of the kind of company that you want to have, right, in future, right. I will give you some example to explain it further. It means that it is directional. You say that where you want to go. For example, when you say that in 2020 we want to be like this, right, or in 2020 we want to capture 20% of the market in telecom sector, right. So, that is a directional vision. Then focused, specific enough to provide guidance in decision making. So, this is going to provide you a basically action plan that how are going to reach there. So, it has to be very, very focused. It means that if I specified okay, this is what you want to achieve, and at the same time you also need to be flexible, because it is not necessary that environment is going to be very, very favorable to you, and the environment is not going to be favorable, then you may not be able to achieve what you want, right. So, you need to make certain changes depending upon the requirement of the organization and also the environmental analysis, and make sure that you are able to reach there whatever you have decided. Okay. So, it must be feasible. You are not going to set it in such a way which is very difficult to achieve. Suppose I say that okay, I want to be in the top 100 institutions in the world, which is not a feasible statement, it is not possible, right, and desirable also. Okay. Why the directional path makes sense. So, you make sure that people understand it, they understand that okay, this really makes sense and we should need to make effort to realize this vision, and you need to communicate it to everyone, this is what we want to achieve, and that is why you will find that most of the vision statements are written on the walls of the organizations or the firms. Okay. So, what are the payoff of a clear strategic vision? It means that it is going to crystallizes an organization's long term vision, right, reduces risk of rudderless decision making. Whatever I am talking about here has come up from what? When we are discussing about okay, these are the characteristics of a clear strategic vision, right. So, a clear strategic vision provides a direction, it also reduces the risk, okay, and it also creates a committed enterprise that how this vision can be made a reality. Okay. So, that everybody works for this, and also provides a beacon to keep strategy related actions of all managers in the common path. So, that they think commonly, okay. They understand okay, this is the common goals or objectives for which everybody has to work, and it also helps an organization to prepare for the future, and that is why you need to have a very clear strategic vision. So, if you look at a good vision statement, it should be very brief, okay. It should maybe 1 or 2 sentences, not beyond that one, right. Then verifiable, it means that it has to stand the reality test. Okay. You will be able to measure it whether you have been able to achieve this vision within a given time frame or not, and this has to be bound by timeline. It means that make sure that when we say that okay, we want to be within 200 in 2020. So, this is a verifiable statement, right. We also have created a timeline that okay, by 2020 we should be able to realize this vision, okay. And then you see that it is current, it means that you are talking about where you are now and where you want to go. So, that it is current and updated on an ongoing basis. So, you can also make certain changes over here, as talked you earlier also, that it has to be focused. It means that it has to focus on only few aspects of performance, which is going to be critical for future success. So, what I mean to say that make sure that all your efforts are focused in such a way, so that you are able to realize your vision and achieve success, right, and everybody is able to understand. So, it has to be in very simple terms, okay, clear and straightforward, so that it is understood by every employees. Okay, this is what we are working for, and also it is also motivating employees, so that they feel good about it. So, they are inspired by the vision statement, and that is why you will find these vision statements are clearly communicated and frequently communicated to employees, so that they understand okay, this is what they want to do, they have to do, and that is what they want to achieve for the organization, and that is to stretchable. Suppose you are not able to find it out or you are not able to reach it, then you can stretch upon it. Stretching means you can move beyond what you have thought of, or you can also adjust your goals and objectives depending upon the environment, right. So, these are the qualities of a good vision statement. Now, look at some of the vision statements which are more strategic in nature, and see whether these vision statements fit into the descriptions of a strategic vision or not. For example, here I have taken two different examples, one is an e-commerce company and an IT company. So, when we are talking about eBay, it says they provide a global trading platform where practically anyone can trade practically anything, okay. Right. So, it talks about what? A vision that where they want to go and how they want to achieve it, right. Now, if you look at Infosys, an Indian IT company I have been talking about, I have also discussed about the mission statement of this company. It says that to be globally respected corporation that provides best of breed business solutions, leveraging technology delivered by best in class people. Now, this is more specific compared to eBay, okay, because this could be, this is more generic, and this could be an example of any e-commerce company, right. But if you look at Infosys, it is more specific or more strategic in nature, because it says that what it wants to achieve and how it wants to achieve using technology or the kind of IT solutions that it wants to provide and the quality of services that it wants to have. Now, I am giving another example that is related to Apple, which says that it is committed to bring the best personal computing experience to students, educators and creative professionals and consumers among the world through its innovative hardware, software and internet offerings. So, this has a very strategic and clear vision, and based on this they have also identified their mission statement, right, protecting the environment, health and safety of the employees and customers, right, integrating sound environmental health and safety management practices in their systems, right, continuously improving these kind of things. So, the mission statements is clear, and you can see that how vision and mission statements are linked with each other, right. So, it says that okay, they are going to see that there it is not only a question of survival, but also growth and development, and this is how it is linked with the vision. So, both vision and mission statement in this case you will find that they are related with each other. Thank you very much for this course.